everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to automate lead qualification with Pabbly Connect. So I want to qualify my leads on the basis of some criterias. Therefore, I have created a lead scoring form with the help of Google Forms. Now I want that whenever a lead is going to submit that form, automatically after some qualifications, that lead should be added in my Zoho CRM account. So how we are going to automate this entire process? For this, we will have to set up a connection between Google Forms and Zoho CRM, and that we are going to do without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. So Pabbly Connect works on two principles, trigger and action. So in trigger, we are going to take Google Forms, and in action, we are going to take Zoho CRM. And we will connect both of them with the help of Pabbly Connect to automate this entire process. And to learn this entire automation step by step, let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we are going to learn how to automate lead qualification with the help of Pabbly Connect. So lead qualification plays a very crucial and important role in enhancing your sales and marketing, your productivity, your customer experience, and your organization's growth. So there are multiple methods to score your leads. Here I am going to automate the entire process of lead scoring and adding the qualified leads into my CRM for further nurturing them. Okay, so I am having an event management company, and to score my leads, I have created a Google form which will help me to qualify the productive leads, and I will be able to add them in my CRM. Now here, this is my form which I have created with multiple questions. On base of these questions, I'm going to receive the answers from my leads, and on the basis of those answers, I'm going to qualify my leads. Okay, so here my objective is that whenever a lead scoring form will be submitted by a lead for my event management company, then automatically after qualifying the lead, I want to add the qualified lead in my Zoho CRM. Okay, so I'm basically using Zoho CRM for managing my leads. Now, I am going to create an automation for this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect, and that too without any coding or programming skills. Okay, this is the home page of Pabbly Connect where we can reach by tapping this URL pabbly.com/connect. After coming over here, we can find two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you are an existing user, you can directly click on sign in, but if you are a new user, you have to click on this sign up for free button to create your free new account. Also, when you will create your account, you will get 100 free tasks every month to explore this amazing software and to test multiple automations. Now, because I'm already an existing user, therefore I'm clicking on sign in. This is the all apps section where we can find all the products which are offered by Pabbly. To create this automation, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So let's click on access now. And it has taken us towards the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. So on this dashboard, we can find all of our workflows, and we can also create different folders over here to save our workflows accordingly. Now, to create a new workflow, we have to click on this create workflow option. So let's do that. Here a dialog box will appear which is asking us to provide a name to this workflow. So first of all, I'm going to provide a name over here. Automate lead qualification with Pabbly Connect. So after giving this name, here I'm going to select the folder in which I want to save this workflow. So basically my motive to create this automation is for enhancing marketing and sales of my organization. So for that, I'm going to select this folder automations for marketing. Okay, now I want to save this workflow in this particular folder, and now let's click on create. As we have done that, we can find that two windows are open in front of us. First is the trigger and the other is action. So as I told you that Pabbly Connect runs on these two principles, trigger and action. So basically these two are the main concepts or the building blocks on which the entire automation runs. The trigger says when this happens, and the action says do this. That means the action is the response towards our trigger. So whatever we are going to select in our trigger is going to command the entire workflow, and the actions are going to follow that same command. Therefore, we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can have multiple actions as we want. Now let's suppose, because we are qualifying our leads with the help of Google Forms, and we want that the qualified lead should be added in our Zoho CRM. So for that, let's say we are going to take Google Forms in our trigger and Zoho CRM in our action, and we want that whenever a form will be submitted by a lead, automatically the lead which is qualified should be added in Zoho CRM. So here we can clearly see that action is following by the trigger commands, because when the trigger happens, that means when the form is submitted by a lead, then only the lead is added in Zoho CRM, otherwise not. So after understanding the concept of trigger and action, let's start creating the workflow step by step. First of all, we will select our trigger application, and here our trigger application will be Google Forms. Okay, so first of all, let's select Google Forms as our trigger application. Now we have to select the trigger event. So trigger event is the event on the happening of which the workflow is going to trigger or start. So new response received will be our trigger event over here, because we want that whenever a new response will be received from Google Form by a lead, then the workflow should instantly trigger with the response. Okay. So here we can see that a webhook URL is provided to us, and here we can also see some instructions. So we have to follow these instructions very carefully, step by step, to connect our Google Forms with Pabbly Connect. Okay. And here the webhook URL which is provided to us is going to act as a bridge for connecting Google Forms and Pabbly Connect. So first of all, let us copy this unique webhook URL, and then I'm going to take you towards my Google Form. So first of all, I'm going to show you this Google Form. Okay, so this is the title, Elevate Your Events. So basically I'm having an event management company with the name as Sparkle Events. So this is the title of my form, Elevate Your Events, complete our quick lead scoring form. At Sparkle Events, we are dedicated to crafting unforgettable experiences that sparkles with brilliance. Help us bring your vision to life by filling out a brief lead scoring form. Your responses will enable us to tailor our service to your exact needs and create an event that dazzles. Rest assured, all information provided will be kept confidential. Thank you for taking this first step toward making our event shine. So this is the form which I've already sent to all my leads. Okay. Now my objective is that whenever the lead is going to submit the form, I want to capture the response of that form in Pabbly Connect so that I will be able to evaluate the lead. Now I'm going to evaluate the lead based on these questions which I've added in the form. These are the basic questions: name, email, phone number. Here is the annual revenue as well. So the annual revenue contains following options: 2 to 4 lakhs per annum, 5 to 8 lakhs per annum, 9 to 15 lakh per annum, and more than 15 lakhs. Okay. So here we have another question as well: type of event you want to organize. So what kind of event the lead want to organize, such as wedding, corporate conferences, product launch, or etc. Now here is another option: how did you hear about Sparkle Events? I want to know from the lead that from where they have heard about my company. Have you visited our website before? Okay, I want to receive the answer yes or no. Have you attended any events organized by Sparkle Events? Have you interacted with Sparkle Events on social media? Because we also promote our events on social media. Therefore, I want the answer for this question as well, whether they have visited my social media accounts or no. Okay, what specific services are you interested in? Event planning, venue selection, catering, decoration, or other? Do you have a budget allocated for this event? If they want to organize any kind of event with us, if they have a particular budget for that or not. Are you the decision maker for planning this event? Okay, whether the lead is going to manage everything by themselves or they have anyone else for decision making. Okay, so the next is, what is your timeline for implementing a solution like ours? That what is the time frame in which they are going to hire us? Less than 1 month, 3 to 6 months, 6 to 12 months, or they are not sure about it. Okay, so the leads which will not be sure, then I do not want them to be added in Zoho CRM. Okay, the next is, would you like to receive updates, promotions, and tips from Sparkle Events? Whether they would like to receive more updates about our events, promotional offers, or any kind of tips or advices, okay, from Sparkle Event company or not. So these are all the questions which I'm going to ask from my leads, and on the basis of these questions I'm going to evaluate them to be added in my Zoho CRM account. Okay, now in order to set up a connection between this Google Form and Pabbly Connect, we have to go towards response section. And we have to click on this link to Sheets option. So basically we are going to link this particular form with Google Sheets. So here it is asking us select destination for responses, whether we want to create a new spreadsheet with this name or we want to use an existing spreadsheet. So I'm going to go for new spreadsheet. Let's click on create. And as we have done that, we can see that a new spreadsheet is open in front of us. And here are all the questions which we are going to ask from our leads. Okay, so now I'm going to increase the size first of all of this spreadsheet. So this is the spreadsheet with the name as lead scoring form responses. It is going to capture all the responses which we are going to receive from the lead scoring form of our leads. Okay, so here are all the questions which we have added in our form. And as soon as the form will be filled by a lead, automatically the response will be captured over here with all the details. Okay, so now in order to capture the response over here, first of all we have to go towards the form and we have to click on this send form option. So here we will find the link of our form. So we will simply shorten the URL and I'm going to copy this link. And now I'm going to make a test submission by opening this link in a new tab. Okay, so I'm going to open the link over here and the form is open in front of us. So I'm going to quickly enter the details in this form to submit it. And because I'm doing a test submission, so I'm going to enter all the dummy details over here. So let's start with the name. Let's say the name of the lead is Smart Lead. Here I'm going to enter a random email address. Okay, smartlead37@pabblytudes.com. Here I'm going to enter the phone number. Annual revenue, let's say I'm going to select 9 to 15 lakhs. Type of event you want to organize. Here I'm going to select corporate conference. Okay, how did you hear about Sparkle Events? through friends. Okay, now I'm going to enter, have you visited our website before? Yes. Have you attended any events organized by Sparkle Events? So I'm going to enter no over here. Have you interacted with Sparkle Events on social media? Yes. What specific services are you interested in? So I'm going to select event planning over here. Do you have a budget allocated for this event? So I'm going to select yes. Are you the decision maker for planning this event? Yes. What is your timeline for implementing a solution like ours? So I'm going to select 3 to 6 months. And it is asking, would you like to receive updates, promotions and tips from Sparkle events? So I'm going to select yes over here. Now I'm going to submit the form, and as we have submitted the form, let's go and check on our Google Sheets. And yes, automatically the response is captured in our Google Sheets. Okay, so here all the questions are answered. This is an extra field you can see that is timestamp. This is the date and the time at which the form is being submitted. So here, after receiving the response, let's go back, and now we are going to set up a connection between this form. So after receiving this response, now we are going to set up a connection between this Google Sheet and Pabbly Connect to send the response of the form towards Pabbly Connect whenever the form will be submitted. Alright, so now what we are going to do, we will go back towards Pabbly Connect, we will copy this webhook URL, and then we will go back towards the Google Sheets. Once again, I'm going to show you the Google Sheet, and it contains a column up till O. Okay, so O is the last column in the spreadsheet. Now we will go towards extensions to set up the connection. Here we will find the option of add-ons, and here we have to click on this get add-ons option. As we have done that, it has taken us towards Google Workspace Marketplace. So here we have to search for Pabbly Connect webhooks. So basically, Pabbly Connect webhook is the add-on which we need to install in Google Sheets to set up a connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect. So you can see that I have already installed that, so I'm just going to cross this. And once you will install the add-on for the first time, you also have to refresh this spreadsheet so that you will be able to find the option of Pabbly Connect webhooks under extensions. As I can find the option, let's go towards initial setup. And here basically, in order to set up a connection between Pabbly Connect and Google Sheets, we have to perform an initial setup in which we have to enter two details. First of all, we have to provide the webhook URL. So let's enter the webhook URL which we have already copied from Pabbly Connect. And the next is trigger column. So the trigger column is the last data entry column in which if the data is added, the entire row will be sent towards Pabbly Connect. So it is given in the instructions as well that the trigger column will be a final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row will be sent to the webhook URL. So whenever you're going to add a new row up till your trigger column, the response will be captured in Pabbly Connect. Okay, so here I have already told you that we have the column in this particular spreadsheet up till O. So O will be my trigger column over here because I want that whenever the form will be submitted and the response will be captured of that form over here in the spreadsheet. If that form response will be up till O column, then the response should be immediately captured in Pabbly Connect. Okay, so we are going to click on send test button to send the test response towards Pabbly Connect of the smart lead. And here the test data is sent successfully. So let's click on submit. And after the setup is configured successfully, let's click on close. Now we'll move back towards Pabbly Connect, and here we can see that we have already received the response. So in the response, we have received all the details. Okay, your name, that means the name of the lead, the answers of the question, would you like to receive updates? Here the option is yes. What specific services are you interested in? Here is the option. Here's the option given as event planning. What is your timeline? 3 to 6 months. Type of event you want to organize. Trigger column, timestamp, spreadsheet name, spreadsheet ID, row index, phone number of the lead. Okay, from where you have heard about our Sparkle events. All the questions have their answers over here. Okay, this means that our connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect is successful. Now our objective is that whenever the form will be submitted over here, the response should be captured in Google Sheets, and then as soon as the response will be captured in Google Sheets, the response should also be captured in Pabbly Connect, and all this process should be done automatically. For that, we have to do one more thing. We have to go towards extensions, Pabbly Connect webhooks, and then we have to click on send on event button. As we have done that, now we have made sure that now whenever a new row will be added over here with a new response up till our trigger column, the data will be keep on sending towards Pabbly Connect without manual efforts. Now, after receiving this response, our objective is to qualify these leads, and if the leads are qualified on our standards, then we want to add them in Zoho CRM. Okay, so how we are going to qualify these leads? We have received the response. Now we are going to set conditions in this workflow, and if the leads will fulfill those conditions, then only I want to pass the leads towards the Zoho CRM. So here, what kind of conditions I'm going to apply? I'm going to look for the criterias such as first of all, opt-in criteria. So I'm going to look whether they are agreeing for receiving any kind of updates, promotions or tips from my company further or not. If they are saying yes, then I want to pass this lead towards the CRM. The next criteria will be, what is your timeline for implementing a solution like us? So if the timeline from the response will not be equal to not sure. So if they are not entering in the form that they are not sure about this in this field, then I want to add them in the CRM. And here further I also want to add one more condition, that if they have the annual revenue more than 9 lakhs, and I want to add them in the CRM. This condition is not mandatory. Okay, now how I am going to apply these conditions in the workflow? For applying these conditions, we have to use filter. So we will select our action application as filter. So filter is an amazing inbuilt feature by Pabbly which allows us to set conditions in the workflow according to our requirements. Here our action event will be filter values, and now let's click on connect. Now when we have received this response, let's move forward. Here we are going to set up the condition first of all. So for setting up the condition, we have to select a label from the previous response. Here we have to select the filter type, and here we have to select the value. So if the label will be equal to the value which we are going to select, then the condition will be true. Okay, now to select the label, we are going to use our previous step. And when we use our previous step to insert the data over here, it is known as mapping. So whenever we map a data by using our previous response, it becomes dynamic and it changes with each and every new response. But the data which we enter manually by typing or by copy and pasting, that becomes static and then it will not replace. So here first of all we will map the label. So my first criteria is whether would you like to receive updates, promotions and tips from Sparkle events. So here I'm going to select this label, and here I'm going to select the filter type equal to, and I'm in the value I'm going to enter yes. So if this opt-in status will be equal to yes, then only I want to further continue this workflow, otherwise not. Now I'm going to add one more condition over here. So I'm going to click on this AND condition. So these two conditions will be mandatory, and the next condition is that if they have, what is your timeline for implementing a solution like ours? So if this response does not contain not sure, then I want to continue this workflow, otherwise not. So these two are the main conditions which I want to follow in order to add the leads in my Zoho CRM account. One more condition I want to follow, that if in case these two conditions are not followed, but in case if the lead has annual income of more than 9 lakhs, then I want to add that same lead as well in Zoho CRM. So I'm going to go for OR condition over here. Okay, so here I'm going to go towards the annual revenue, and here I'm going to select equal to 9 to 15 lakhs. So if the annual revenue will be more than 9 lakhs, then I want to add that lead as well, whether they are following or not following these two conditions in CRM. Now let's check this workflow condition whether it is true or not. And here the condition is true because this particular lead is following all the conditions. As per these conditions which we have applied over here, we want to add the lead in Zoho CRM. So we have to set up a connection between Zoho CRM and Pabbly Connect. For that, let's move forward. We will click on this add action step button, and we will select Zoho CRM as our action application. Now we have to select the action event. So our action event over here will be insert or update record. Okay, let's click on connect. From the given options, I am going to select add new connection to build a new connection with Zoho CRM account. If you already have an existing connection, you can also go with that. Okay, now I'm going to click on connect with Zoho CRM. And it is asking us to provide the domain name. So for entering the domain name, we have to go towards our Zoho CRM account and we have to look towards the URL. So here I am using zoho.in. So I will simply copy that. We will move back and paste it over here. In this way, you have to provide the domain name over here, and the options are given over here in these fields. Okay, now we are going to click on save. And with this, now Pabbly Connect is asking us for the permission to access our Zoho CRM account. So I'm going to click on accept as it is 100% safe. And here we can see that our authorization has become successful and our Zoho CRM account is successfully connected with Pabbly Connect. So after building this connection, here we have to enter the details in these fields to create a lead. First of all, it is asking us what is your module name. So what you want to create? I want to create a lead, so I'm going to select leads over here. After selecting the lead as module, we have to enter the details over here. First of all, let's start with the layout. So we have standard layout over here, which is already selected. Okay, the next is duplicate check fields, pipeline names. So these fields are not mandatory, so I'm just going to ignore these fields for now. I will just move towards the first name, last name and all other details. So we have received all the details from Google Sheets response earlier as well. Let's simply map the data one by one. So here we have to enter the first name and last name separately, as we can see. Okay, so what we will do in order to separate the name, because we have received the name in the combined format. So we will simply use one more action step over here, that will be text formatter. So with the help of text formatter, we are going to simply format the text according to our requirements, and with the help of this we are going to split the name. So our action event over here will be split text. Let's click on connect. After building the connection, it is asking us to select the text which we want to split. So we want to split the name of the lead. So the name of the lead is smart lead. I want to split this text with the help of a separator, and the separator which I am going to use will be the space. So I am going to simply copy the space format which is given over here, because it is given that if you want to use space as the separator, then you have to enter it in this particular format. Okay, now I have entered the space as separator, and now we have to enter segment index, that what segment of this particular text you want. So I want all the segments, first and last. So I'm going to select all, and now let's click on save and send test request button. And we can see that we have received the response. This is the first name and this is the last name. Now we are going to use this response in order to map the name. First of all, I'm going to map the first name and then the last name. Okay, so we have mapped both the details. Now let's move forward. Here we are going to map the email which we have received from Google Forms. This is the email of the lead. Here is the phone number. Okay, and now it is asking us what is the lead source. So here I'm going to select none. Okay, lead status. So here I'm going to select the lead status as pre-qualified, because we have already qualified this lead. Now the next is industry. So I'm going to select none over here because we have not received any kind of industry or anything. Now I'm going to add the annual revenue which we have received. And now after entering all these details, we will simply click on save and send test request button. And here we can see that we have received the response. In the response, we have received all the details. So let's go and check whether the lead is created in Zoho CRM or not. So I'm going to refresh this field for now. And yes, here we can see that a new lead is automatically added over here with the name as smart lead. This is the same email and this is the phone number. I'm going to open this lead, and here are all the details which we have received. This is the lead status, that is pre-qualified. Okay, this means that our connection between Google Forms and Zoho CRM is perfectly successful, and we have automated the process of lead qualification with the help of Pabbly Connect. So let's check with this workflow whether it is running fine or not. So I'm going to open the form once again, okay, in a new tab. And now I'm going to enter and after opening this form, I'm going to enter all the new details this time. Okay, and this time, let's say I'm going to enter the details which will not fulfill the criteria which we have added in the workflow. Let's say this time the name of the lead is test user. I'm going to enter a random email, phone number, annual revenue, type of event you want to organize, wedding. Let's say how did you hear about the Sparkle events? Have you visited website? No. Have you attended any event? No. Have you interacted with Sparkle events on social media? Yes. What specific services are you interested in? Event planning. Do you have a budget? I'm entering it no over here this time. Are you the decision maker for planning this event? Yes. What is your timeline for implementing a solution like ours? So I'm going to select not sure over here this time. Okay. Would you like to receive updates, promotions and events? So I'm going to enter no. Let's click on submit, and here we can see that the form is submitted. So let's check whether the data is added in Google Sheets, and yes, the row is added over here, we can see. Okay, now we are going to see whether the lead is automatically added in Zoho CRM or not. Now let's check whether the lead is added in Zoho CRM or not, because the lead is not fulfilling the criteria which we have added. Okay, so let's go and check. No, we can see that the lead is not following the criteria. So we will go back, and here I'm going to submit another form which will follow the criteria which we have selected. Okay, so I'm going to copy once again. I'm going to open it in a new tab. Let's say this time the name of the lead is new lead. Okay, I'm going to enter the email, phone number, annual revenue will be 5 to 8 lakhs. Let's say type of event you want to organize, product launch. Here I'm going to select less than 1 month, and I'm going to select yes in the opt-in status. Let's click on submit, and as we have submitted that form, let's go and check on Google Sheets. Yes, the data is automatically added over here, we can see. Now you'll go and see whether this lead with the name as new lead and this email is added in Zoho CRM or not. And yes, here we can find that the new lead is automatically added because it fulfills the criteria for pre-qualification. Okay, this means that our automation is running perfectly fine. So let's summarize quickly what we have done here in the workflow. So we have taken very simple steps, trigger and action. In trigger, we have taken Google Forms, and in action, we have taken filter by Pabbly, text formatter by Pabbly, and Zoho CRM. And we have connected all of them with the help of Pabbly Connect in such a way that now whenever a lead scoring form will be submitted in Google Forms, then automatically after the qualification check, the lead will be added in Zoho CRM for further nurturing. Okay, in this way, you can easily automate the entire process of lead simplification and lead qualification with the help of Pabbly Connect, and that too without any coding or programming skills. So this was it in this video. I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate multiple such applications without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can reach out to us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any query, you can reach out to us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can reach out to the website given over here. Now, if you find this video helpful, do not forget to share it with your friends. And also please like our video and subscribe our channel for more such amazing automations.